Well, this is unfortunate. I was engaging in jolly cooperation. Look at all these sunlight metals that are going to turn in at some point. But the Steam is literally down. The actual Steam servers are actually not working. So, can't play Dark Souls online because you can't play any Steam game online at all. Or even go online in Steam. Crazy stuff. Hopefully it doesn't go on too long, or gamers of the world will riot. So, in lieu of further multiplayer interaction, I think Blythe is going to progress through the game. Specifically, I'm going to progress towards those birds back in Things Betwixt. I have a number of smooth and silky stones to give them. It's interesting that they take a kind of organized item now, and you get the stones in a number of different ways, but all kind of obscure ways. Let's get Betwixt. Okay, up in there are the women who laugh at you, and out here somewhere should be these strange sounding birds. Those are pretty much your options in this game. Actually, one thing I'm curious about, am I still such a bad player that I cannot beat these ogres down here? Or is that no longer the case? Huh? What? Do they not respawn? Huh. Well, that's slightly disappointing. I was hoping to have become cool and strong, and you know, for all I know, maybe I have, but no ogres to check it on. Maybe I'll meet some of that enemy later in the game. I mean, I won in the end last time, but I cheesed them. I shot arrows at them out of a bow from a long way away. It was practically wizardry. Oh well. More importantly is getting this bird's nest. I mean, more important is getting this bird's nest. There's nothing like talking to yourself into a microphone for hours upon hours to create strange verbal tics and make you aware of how often you just use the wrong word. Okay, smooth and silky. Which are these stones I want to drop here? Aha! Used to slightly restore HP. Some in this land are in search of such stones. Indeed. Unfortunately, these birds, or whatever they really are, do not accept stacks of items. They just want many individual stones. I've never given them a smooth and silky stone before, only lesser items they didn't mostly care about. So let's see what sort of stuff you actually get. I will, but what have I got first? Amber herb. Human effigy, that's good. Amber herb. Crimson water. If it's not clear, the rewards are randomized this time around. Titanite shard. Cracked red iron orb. Fire drake stone. I don't know what that one does. What here looks like a fire drake stone? It's not obvious what a fire drake stone might be. Ah, it's an imbuing stone. That's cool. I also have an old mundane stone, and that's it. Okay, so the stuff they give out is not as incredibly powerful this time round, but also you don't have to actually give up anything you wanted for it. It's a sort of arbitrary change, but perfectly fine, I guess. Now, how about these bigger stones? Will you give me something nicer for these? Smooth and silky? Raw stone. Bleed stone. I'm guessing those are also for imbuing. Well, fair enough. So, Blythe was making progress in Earthen Keep. It's a big place, kind of confusing, too much poison, goes up and down. It feels like a real dungeon crawl. I didn't like spending too much time there in long stretches, so I've been kind of breaking it up with, for example, the Jolly Co-op and exploring other places. But I guess I will return to Earthen Keep. It definitely seems like a level appropriate area, and got some progression through the game going on, probably leads to other places. All of that. But before I do, I believe I have enough.
Seek, seek, lest this land swallow you whole.
Wait, actually, sorry, I'm leaving.
As it has.
Because I forgot to use souls before talking to her. Oh, I've only got one. Well, I'd better use it. Okay, that probably won't make a difference. So the reason I'm thinking I have enough souls here to get attunement to 11 and cast a spell. Hang on. Apparently you can do that with attunement 10. Ah. And 12 doesn't give you any more slots. Okay, so what would attunement up give me? I mean, more agility and curse resistance, and closer to a second slot. Being able to cast one spell just seems kind of silly, so I will do that. I will make this investment, although I also want a lot of other stats. I really love to get my stamina up higher. Hit points are always very nice, of course. Strength and dex are fine for now, I think. I don't have weapons that scale well, so kind of doesn't matter whether I increase them yet. But yeah, let's get the attunement up towards there. And while I'm at it, I'll see if Elizabeth, see if I can afford to buy any pyromancies, and then try one out.
Hello again.
Here's one Flash Sweat. Now I know from the last game how good that is, so yes, I will take it.
I'm always here.
So let's check this out. Maybe I want to reorganize this for the bow in my right hand, or just nowhere, and the pyromancy flame there. Okay, let's romance this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast a magic spell, but not a sorcery. Those are too hard. Miracles also too hard. Pyromancy's right up my alley. Wow, that is an expensive hex. I have fireball, more fireballs, combustion, even more combustion, and flash sweat. That's quite a broad selection. Should probably get some others. But yeah, let's see what this does. I can probably guess. It throws a fireball. Yes. The range on that is decent. It's worth having. So why not kind of scenario. What is the damage of this? I'll have to find an enemy, I guess, to find that out. Oh, I know. I know who I can murder. Weird statues. This well, so Medulla was built around this. I have read on loading screens and so on, talked to some people, it was a dumping ground. Literally this place is like a toxic waste dump. So yeah, Nasty stuff. The gutter is the actual point of the town. It just became a refugee camp because presumably none of the armies floating around the place were interested in it. Those fireballs seem to do quite decent damage. Interesting, I don't have a ring of fire, my int and faith are pretty much the lowest they can conceivably be. So my fire bonus is not high, my pyromancy flame is only +3, and yet the fireball does not bad damage. This will be worth, I think, carrying around. Specifically, I will carry it with me to Earthen Peak. Central Earthen Peak. Actually, I'm slightly worried here. Lucatiel's summon sign was... Lucatiel herself was around here. That means she might have a sign in the area, and if so, I would very much like to summon her. Oh, of course. She's an NPC. It doesn't matter that I'm offline. In fact, the summon sign will stand out, since I won't be able to see any others. Okay. Let's get peeking. Wow. Only one of those hit me, but it's still up. Okay. That is not worth spinning an Estus flask right out of the bonfire. Let's try this again. So, only 57.4% equip load right now. I could definitely afford to use a bigger shield. And I will. Well, I don't know if I should fight that instinct. If I got down to a nice low equip load, I would be super fast, which would be very nice. But being super safe is also very nice. Like, look at this. This guy just sort of doesn't affect me. I think this shield has much better bleed resistance than the other one. Let's try to verify that claim, shall we? So compared to the Tranquil Egg shield, it has better everything. But among those things is bleed reduction, and it's actually only slightly higher. Well, who knows then? They worked anyway. Could be a property of great shields. There was something like that in Dark Souls 1. The Great Shield of Artorias blocked status effects, but then again that one specifically called it out as doing so. Yeah, there's nothing special seeming about the tower shield, it was just a very large and tough shield. Which is a good thing, of course. Hardly objecting. Having better magic block would be good too, as these guys do partly non-physical damage. Of course, I still want to dodge them rather than block them too much. So yeah, there's the two guys there. Oh! This happened to me last time. Came in here and she started throwing fireballs and didn't notice where she was. Better. Oops. So just how deep is this poison lake, I'm wondering? Because it looks like the kind of deep you don't wade through to me. You might have to try going there soon, but I don't technically have to yet. Now this is where having some spells to throw comes in handy. It's addictive, attacking people from a long way away. I'm worried I might fall into this trap. Does the sword have a... Yes, it does have thrust, I think so. I love moveset stuff in Dark Souls. You switching between two-handed and heavy and light and spinning and so on in order to get access to physically differently shaped attacks so that, for example, I can make thrust attacks which don't break the jars. That is just such a good game mechanic. Most RPGs have nothing like it. It's a much better way to differentiate weapons than this one has 3 instead of 5. It's really fun as well. Better than picking things from a menu. Stones. What are the odds this doesn't have poison in it? Holy shit! It didn't have poison in it! Oh my freaking god! I guess there are mimics in this game. Glad I broke most of the jars. He poisoned himself. Wow. Dark gauntlets and a work hook. Okay. Hey, it's a thing. Have I got any lockstones? Yes, I do have one. Is this really a good thing? I used the lockstone and I made a pool of poison. Is there an advantage to this? On the lower level, there was a kind of urn thing that I raised into the ceiling. Could that have just been filled up? Maybe you can dip things in poison to do something useful. Or maybe it was just a trap, basically. Curses. What? Okay, so phantoms are hanging out, which is not what phantoms are normally known to do. Is that actually a red phantom, or is he something else? Looks exactly like a red phantom. So the kind of weapon people use in PvP. Now, wow. Screwed up there. It's obviously a built-in thing. It doesn't even have a name. And, of course, I'm not actually online, so it can't be an actual human being. Well, since I died anyway, let's see if I can find that ceiling urn. What's it? Oh no. Don't want to die twice. These guys are freakier when you can't see their heads, which is always. So when I first fought them, I thought I saw just one, and I thought, is this Vengar's body? Gosh. But then I thought they had heads hunched over in front of them. Now I'm realizing again they actually legitimately don't have heads. Why is this? Is there just something about this place that tends to headlessness? The covetous demon was basically all head and neck. Well, who knows? At least they've got backs, so they can still turn them away from you. So, Pyromancer combat time. by combat, I mean break the poison jars and wait. But there is one more. Oh, so this guy. Wow, this shield has much better magic block than the other one did. Now the poison pool in the other... Oh, I haven't recovered my souls yet. I guess I better do that. So this Mimic, has he respawned? I don't really want to go back in there. Okay. He's got low armor, so I'm going to use this cheesy tactic of just staggering him repeatedly, running away till my stamina recovers, and doing it again. Yeah. Same thing worked on Vorgel the Sinner. Who was that guy? Just a random, looks like a red phantom, uses Shotel or something, but is not even named. Well, this is an excellent opportunity to jump into a coil of poison, but it's also perhaps an excellent opportunity to not do so. Can I somehow knock these down onto the guys? Don't think I can, sadly. What if I rain fire down upon their heads? Is that acceptable? Or if I... Okay, I need to clear out of the way one char so I can get past. Then I need to jump slightly down onto this wooden thing above the guys. Now I'm on the thing. And then... the poison pool in the other room has actually given me a little more confidence. That was very shallow, so maybe this poison pool is also shallow. You never know. But still, I would prefer not to fall into it. That's a fog door. And I'm not human right now, so I don't know if there's a summon sign. Oh jeez, I'm about to find out whether this is... Yes, it's not that deep. Although, still sucks. Being poisoned is the worst. I should just be using life gems. I've got a whole bunch of them from doing co-op. For some reason now, it seems like enemies that you kill while white phantoming will frequently drop life gems. I don't know if they do it if they ordinarily dropped them or something. But there's some sort of mechanic along those lines that I was finding items while I was a phantom. Burned a lot of Estus there. It was a learning experience. So, this could be a boss fight. That means I want to be like this. It also might not be a boss fight. We just don't know. Let's find out. Well. Oh my god, are you serious? Is this room full of poison? I don't accept that. Okay, so she's Wow, there is a headlessness theme. Room full of poison.